And it's a ticket talking Mazda for the biggest. That's a comma and a comma and a comma. Gotta get it.
And it's a ticket talking Mazda for the biggest. That's a comma and a comma and a comma. Gotta get it. A comma and a comma and a comma. Gotta get it. Comma and a comma. Gotta get it. And it's a ticket talking Mazda for the biggest. That's a comma and.
Hey everybody, welcome. It's your it's not your soon to be. We are your favorite female blur-led podcast, Waifu Views. And I'm sure you're wondering what we're doing here on a Monday, but life be lifing. Typically we are here on Sundays, but we are here today to grace you with all our mystery beauty, okay? So today we are still a part of our detective series, and I am Ebony Moonbeam, and I am here, per usual, with my favorite waifus.
Yes, Facebook, it will be Aisha Morgan. Everywhere else, that includes Instagram, TikTok, Twitch, that thing formerly known as Twitter, it will be Sunkist_waifu.
And I am Honey Shar. I go by A Shar of Honey. You can find me on all platforms at A Shar of Honey. That's like a jar of honey, only sweeter.
Yes.
We love it. Yes, we love it. So today, like I said before, we are continuing our detective series. And if you haven't noticed, we should be your favorite female detective of all time, the wonderful Velma, of course, from Scooby-Doo and the Mystery Gang. We decided to give y'all a little sexy nerdiness going on, you know. But today we are going to be talking about a fairly recent anime. It's called Ron Kamonohashi's Deranged Detective. And this is the poster. We're going to move everyone to the side. And of course, I'm sure I'm going to do that weird because I always put us in a weird space. There we go. So it came out in fall of 2023 and it finished up winter of 2023. It has 13 episodes and you can find it on Crunchyroll. So before we get into this, actually, let me give you guys the synopsis and then we're going to talk about it. So Ron Kamonohashi was once regarded as a genius at the top detective training academy. But after a fatal mistake, he was expelled and forbidden to become a detective. Years later, police officer Totomaru Ishiki knocks on Ron's door seeking help on a serial murder case. He finds Ron, now a messy-haired recluse, who agrees. Together, this mismatched detective team begins solving their mystery. So, we discussed this anime actually right before going into the fall season when we did our little recap around the time of spooky season, I believe. And we listed a bunch of anime that we were interested in. Was this on you guys' list? Because I know it was on mine at the time, but I don't remember if it was on everyone else's.
Honestly speaking, I don't recall. But shout out to Shar for a great recommendation.
It was definitely on mine. I saw the synopsis and yeah, it was already my favorite before I even watched it.
Okay. Well, I love it. Like I said, it was on mine. We love detective anime around here, so it was definitely something that I was interested in. When we look at the photo and we see the visuals, do we think that we got what we expected going into the anime?
I feel like we got more because I'm sorry, but just based off the picture alone, I'm not getting much, especially because I wasn't into the whole detective thing as far as anime. So it's a little lackluster for me as far as the photo goes. So I think it surpassed my photo expectations.
For me, I would say it did surpass my expectations. Like coming off the heels of, was it Spy Family and Buddy Daddies? It gave me a very much Buddy Daddy kind of feel. And I really did like Buddy Daddy, so I was already kind of intrigued to see what their dynamic was going to be.
I was not prepared. I'm gonna be honest. I went in thinking it was gonna be like super dark. Like just when I look at this photo, it looks very like gothic, maybe horror detective kind of thing. The dark tones, this guy that's like dressed in all black with his hair covered and stuff. And one thing that I didn't realize the first time, but I realized when I was putting the stuff in the StreamYard, was all these little silhouettes in the background of the photo. I did not notice that the first time we looked at it. But now that I look at it, I still expect it to be like super dark because of those things. And it did have its dark moments, but it surprisingly had a great like balance of comedy as well. So it was definitely one of those kind of easy breezy watches. So I appreciate that. But I definitely didn't expect that. So that was cool for me. So we're going to give you the characters in no necessarily particular order, but this is the Ron Kamonohashi. Honestly, I didn't see the figures either until like a minute ago. Interesting touch. I agree. I wish I knew who the Facebook user is. I hate when it does that where you can't see the name. This is Ron Kamonohashi, which is the main character and the detective. And as Aisha is implying, hot, hot, hot. Eye candy. Y'all know I like a dark horse of an anime character. Y'all think we just like the white hair, but nah, give me traditional Asian. I'm here for it.
Here.
So, what do we think of his character design? Aside from him being like hot, especially since we didn't put a picture in here, but he does look different in his earlier days. He's lame. Wow.
It sounds like hater talk to me.
It sounds like a hater. Dang, BMT.
Sorry.
But I like it. I like his other version too, but I definitely like this version better. The kind of messy hair, the tattoo on the neck. It's like, y'all know me, I like it toxic.
It's the tattoo that helps push him over.
Tattoo. He cute or whatever. Hey, I'll take it. I'll take it.
Especially when he does a little swoop. I love it. I love it. I love it. Okay.
Shar, did you like his character design?
Yeah, I did. Like I said, it just reminds me of Buddy Daddy. So his character to me is in the same realm as the dark haired character in Buddy Daddy. So I dug it, and the tattoo does add, a little something.
It does. Spice. It does. It does. And now we have the next protagonist, which is Totamaru Ishiki. And he is a detective as well, a part of the Metro PD police department. Unfortunately, he's had a lot of mishaps in his detective work. He has let some people go on accident. He's not the best detective, but he has spunk and spirit. What did we think about him and his character design?
It fits. It does fit because he couldn't be. He's not the hot character, as we all know. He's not. Is he enthusiastic? Like you said, his spunk and his spirit. That's great. So his look fits how he his role in this whole thing.
Yeah, his character design is pretty, straightforward, simple. But he adds what's missing to the dark side of it. He's kind of like the, go-getter comic relief kind of person. So it meshes well.
Yeah, he's like the character that's sweet that you root for.
Mm-hmm.
You're like, you deserve a win.
Yeah.
Like his face is lovable. Like you see the big eyes. He always kind of has a smile. I really enjoyed him. I see a Yao ship in the making, sighs and opens AO3. Hey, I ain't mad at it. I ain't mad at it. But honestly, surprisingly, with these two characters, I don't necessarily see it. He looks like he would be the more careful one, but is the opposite.
Not in this instance.
Yeah, not really in this particular anime. He is, because he wants to succeed, but not just succeed, but to bring people to justice and stuff like that. He is, for the most part, a go-getter and is willing to put himself in danger for that. But I think he still knows his limits to a degree. I think that's something that you kind of have to just watch and see for yourself how that kind of plays out.
Yep.
Next up, we have two characters from the Metro PD. This is Amamiya, the woman, and Kiku is the man. Now, Amamiya is the head of the Metro PD, and she is a tsundere through and through. She is constantly harassing Ishiki. And Kiku is an older detective on the police department that is good friends with Ron and is the person that sends Ishiki to Ron to solve what is considered to be an impossible case.
Yes.
What did we think about them?
I'm gonna let you take this one.
I think that they're a good addition to the anime. The girl kind of, she annoyed me a little bit, but she was like doing too much. But I appreciate the old guy and stuff. It's like a, what is it? Like, it is a detective agency, so like having these characters you see in a lot of other animes too. But it worked.
Do you feel the same? Because she's just sitting there like,
But she irked my nerves. Like, man.
Did she?
I get it. She, like, in her position, she doesn't want anybody as a screw up on the case. But once she's, oh boy, and he came into the picture, but just her mind went everywhere. And I'm just like, ma'am, pull it together. You have this image to uphold. Pull it together, please. And him, I'm glad he sent Toto to Ron, because we wouldn't have the wonderful relationship that developed, or friendship that developed, if it weren't for him.
I agree. When it comes to Kiku, the guy, I don't think we saw enough of him, to be honest. I feel like there's something deeper with him. I feel like, you know, you don't become that age in a detective agency. Like, you're not in there that long if you haven't seen some things, had to do some things. But he seems to have like a really genuine heart and a special place in his heart for Ron. But they don't really discuss exactly their background outside of that he kind of watched over him over the years and stuff. And so I would love to know more about him. Even like just looking at him right now, he looked like he got a secret that he's keeping, and I want to know what it is. I do. Like, look at that little smirk. There's something there.
Yeah, he got that I'll never tell look.
Yes, and I want him to tell. And you know I'm nosy. And Amamiya, y'all just liked her. I freaking loved her. I'm gonna be honest, and I don't always like the tsundere type characters that much because they can be annoying. But I thought that if she wasn't like saying slick stuff to him and kind of low-key reminding him that he's not like the top detective in that agency and all that stuff like that, that we wouldn't have gotten half of the comedy that we got, because she played a big role in that. Like, just his reactions to the things that he did were absolutely hilarious. And since you brought up the character Aish, we're gonna bring in Kawasemi, And this is
Oh.
the character that Amamiya be stressed out about. He is the lead of Aki Police and Police Department, a top detective, and they are battling. They grew up together, kind of thing, and they are battling it out to be like the head detective in, I think, Tokyo or something like that, something around those eras. And she is completely unhinged when he is around, but it's so funny to watch.
The funny thing is, I was referring to her being unhinged with Ron.
Oh, yeah, that too.
That's what I wanted her to pull it together. Like, man, we get you're a woman, you have feelings, pull it together. But she did act cuckoo over him too.
Yes, and not in the way that you expect. You know, you would think like, oh, but it is strictly on like power plays. But I liked their dynamic because you see little hints here and there that she does respect him and does care about his well-being, while also never forgetting the goal, which is to be better than him.
Right.
What did we think of his character design?
It was good. I wish he was in it more than he was. I thought he kind of added. He made his parts, or the one episodes he was in, he made it more interesting for me.
Yeah,
especially with those damn tweezers.
Mm-hmm.
Them tweezers, honey. I was like, if you don't put them shits down, about to poke somebody's eye out.
That part.
Hell, gonna poke your own eye out. The way he was smoothing his hair with them tweezers.
But it is a very like, huh?
Wait.
Oh, I was saying I would never, and then my phone vibrated.
But yeah, he kind of gave that kind of like awkward but yet like assuredness, kind of like it was a amalgamation kind of character. Like he had different aspects to him, and that's why I would want to see like so much more. Because he kind of has main character vibes if he was in a different anime.
Yeah, because I did not expect him to act the way he did after we found out what happened to his subordinate.
Yeah.
I was like, the man has a heart? What? Okay.
And I liked it. He gave us kind of like a switcheroo, because I kind of expected him to maybe end up a villain. Just because of kind of how he looks and carries himself, which would have been interesting to see. But we also have these three characters, which is the members of Blue, which is a detective training academy that Ron Kamonohashi was a member of. These are the elite of the elite when it comes to detectives. They solve majority of all their cases. And on the left or right, depending on how you're looking at it, with the purple hair, we have Spitfire. In the center, we have John Grizzly. And then on the far end, we have Amy Emmerich. And so shout out to the Black Queen. That's the principal of this elite detective agency. I'm here for it. And then Spitfire is a very unique character. That's the best way I could put it. What did we think about their entry into the anime?
With Spitz, I thought he was he was good, and I think what ends up happening with how him and was it Amy kind of reveal something was a nice added touch. Grizzly, I won't say that, but I really, 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 really liked Grizzly. He was one of those stern detectives, but still just wanted the truth, and I appreciated that. He was one of them gray-haired foxes, and he just had it. He just had it. Like you could tell he took his job seriously. He was very he was an integral part in the episodes he played in, and I would have enjoyed him much more later on
The way you
without
said
giving you.
that was like, I would have enjoyed him outside of this anime.
No, without like giving too much
Wait
away.
a
Like
minute.
without giving too much away. Like he was one of my favorite like side characters. He was.
Yeah. I would have liked more of those two. Again, you can't give away too much. So I would just like to see more of those two. And then Spitz is a hot mess. Hot mess. Let's be honest. Hot mess.
But I don't blame him for being like, he's quirky, but he can take his job seriously. I did like one day we are going to, I think in future episodes we're gonna have to give y'all a handful of spoilers here and there, like stuff that won't ruin the anime but give y'all a handful of spoilers. But let me just tell you, I was cussing about his brother. That's all I'm gonna say. I was cussing about his brother in that episode. I was like, the fuck? Like, bro, what is you doing? But watch the anime and you'll know exactly what I'm talking about. I loved Grizzly as well. I love a good Silver Fox character. I like that he was stern but not an asshole. I like that he showed that he did care a lot about Ron and his progression. And Amy was I want to know more about her. I'm not going to lie. There's something about her that seems super interesting. I would love to know how she came to be the principal at this academy. I wouldn't mind. I would probably dig into the manga to see if they give more of the backstory on some of the professors there, and maybe even a backstory of how they got to where they are, because her and John just seem like really interesting characters. And I just don't feel like they got that way overnight.
No, not at all.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Okay, so next up we have Mofu Usaki, which is a part of the East Japan Integrated Hospital. She is a doctor, a special doctor, and she believes in basically science and medical stuff over anything else, superstitions, anything else. She is a clumsy character, which is why she's covered in bandages, but she's also still very cute. What did y'all think about her?
I'd say more.
Did y'all like her episode?
Than clumsy.
Yeah.
Girl. Oh my god. I don't know if I trust her as a doctor if she is that accident prone. That's all I'm gonna say.
She would have probably been me as a doctor, because I am accident prone, but I love the medical field. But I liked her. I liked her episode. She kind of gave like a opposite of what Ron and Toto did, because her way of thinking is so like scientific in one way. So it did give like that extra to like Ron's ability or whatever. But I liked her. I think she's gonna come up in season 2. I think she's gonna come up a little more.
I agree. I liked her a lot. She was a very interesting character. It seems that, so one thing that I noticed, which I thought was interesting, is though she is very like medically trained, that she was able to see Ron's ability and instantly know that there was more to it. So I thought that was interesting. We did not say this, but an interesting thing about this, which could be considered a spoiler, but I don't care. I'm going to tell you guys anyway, because you're going to see it right at the end of the very first episode. But the reason that he is called the Deranged Detective is because he has the ability to, quote unquote, sway people that have committed crimes that he solves into offing themselves. with this ability, and he's not fully conscious or aware of it, and it just kind of happens the minute he figures out who the killer is. And it was interesting because it brings like that. It's something that we talked about in the last episode about detective anime and fusing in between like psychological and stuff like supernatural, because it comes across as like a supernatural power, and you're like, oh, he has a power, so maybe we're going to see more powers. But as we go on, you kind of start to get an inclination that it may not necessarily be a superpower, but then again, it is. So I thought that was really cool, and his eye is just super pretty when he does
Oh my
that.
god.
Oh yeah.
It's giving kind of Gojo vibes.
It puts it to
So
shame because there's so many different shades and
colors, yeah,
oh, it's like a little
yeah.
prism.
It is like a prism. I was trying to think of how to explain that. So we have two more characters. This one is Chikori, and she is with Lime Weekly. She is a detective reporter, and her episode was cool. Not gonna lie, I thought it was an interesting episode. What did we think about her? Her character design was kind of flat for me, and she was a lot sassier than I expected her to be. But
Especially for a reporter.
Yeah, where you're supposed to be getting information from people and you're supposed to be really personable. Like she was very this.
Okay.
Yeah, like, all right, girl.
Bring it in just a little bit.
Yeah, calm your tits.
No, for real though.
So I think it's clear that none of us were a real fan, a huge fan of her.
No.
What did you like her, Shar?
No, like I was gonna say, she's not. It's not that she's forgettable, but she's kind of like a not like it was just part of the episode, and you kind of just forget about her. Like
She was a
didn't matter.
non-motherfucking factor.
Yeah.
Bitch. Like from Basketball Wives. I've just been waiting to use that phrase.
Okay. But yes.
I don't use it in real life because then I know I got to fight afterwards. But, so this was the perfect moment. No, I don't use it in, no. I ain't got knees to be fighting. I got the pew pew for that now. No, and I got too much going for me to be even doing that. I got to chill out. See, the villain that is Aisha, also known as Sunkissed Waifu, just be trying to get me to end up in prison. I'm convinced.
No, I told her to wait until I had bail money.
Actually, she literally did tell me that, yesterday? You were like, calm down, ma'am.
Just until I get bail money, that's it.
At least I know that my waifus will ride for me. Like, Shark, you got bail money too if I do something crazy?
Yeah, I got you.
See, thank you. I appreciate that. You know I got y'all. Y'all know I'll fly to beat a bitch's ass for y'all, but yeah. Y'all know. And then last but not least, character-wise, we have Milo Moriarty and Winter Moriarty. What did we think about them? Because I got a lot to say about them.
I just want to. I can't wait to see season 2, and then I'll have my final judgment.
I agree. Yeah, I agree. I mean, all you can do is wait because there wasn't a lot revealed. So yeah, I can't wait to see what role they truly play in all of this.
I love them as characters. You probably get all of 2 to maybe 3 scenes of them in 13 episodes. So you don't know much about them. They don't even really reveal their last name until the final episode. But if you have watched any detective movies or shows or anime, you have heard of Moriarty, which has always been the opposite of Sherlock Holmes. So just finding out that the House of M was in this anime and Moriarty and his family was in here, and the reference to another famous detective that I'm not going to spoil for you guys in this anime was really cool. It instantly was like, it came full circle. I said, oh, yeah, if I was ever questioning, which I wasn't, if I was going to watch season 2, I'm definitely watching season 2 now because I feel like it's going to get really dark just based off of this family alone. I feel like it's going to get so much darker than what we were getting in season 1.
That's an understatement because we all heard what he said was gonna happen, and man, dark. I'm hoping for black hole darkness. If that is what he is telling people, I can't wait to see it.
Oh, baby, when he told his brother to do whatever he did with that person and the kid, I was like, oh, so we on that type of time. Okay. He said, shut them up. I said, all right. Let me not get on your bad side.
I hope season 2 is grittier, though. I just hope it's like a little darker.
Just this, like it doesn't have to go full on, like
right.
Yeah, but it definitely needs to be darker. But I think that maybe they gave us kind of aspects of lightheartedness throughout this, so we can see Ishiki's character and the type of person that he is, but also see another side of Ron before he has to deal with these crazy characters. So I do believe that we're going to get some darkness. How far is something that we'll have to wait for season 2 for. Okay. So before we finish up with them, did we like the opening song? The opening and closing song? Because those are all me. Those are big parts of watching a show.
Oh, yeah.
Like I didn't skip it too often. Sometimes I'll just skip it, but I pretty much listen to it every time it came on.
Same.
Yep.
Same.
I'll start skipping if I have to get through it in time for the show. Then I'll start skipping intros and outros and all that. But yeah, I'll let it play out.
Did we like the pacing? What did we think about the pacing?
I thought it had good pacing. Like the way it was, certain things were revealed was nice. I think there was times or episodes where it was very slow paced, and I hated the way that they would end in episodes, so it very was much like you gotta wait to the next one, like you got no kind of clue or context. So that kind of annoyed me a little bit, but other than that, it was a good pacing.
And you watched it week to week, right? Because you watched it when it first came out? Yeah. See, I binged it, so.
Binged.
We're bingers around here sometimes. So I liked the pacing. I agree with everything that you said about that. About how they ended an episode sometimes, or how they would begin an episode. But I liked the balance. It was something that I could lay down and get really chill for and just watch and not have to feel like I wouldn't even consider this a slow burn, because I love anime that each episode something different happens, but there's also like a bigger story happening in the background that's building each episode, so you don't feel like you're seeing the same thing. Like they handled a different case every episode outside of maybe 2 cases out of the 13 episodes, so I enjoyed that. Yeah, so overall, what did we think out of 5 uwus? What did we think?
I guess I'll go.
Sorry, I was reading.
So out of 5 uwus, let's see. I really like it. I'm not normally into detective anime. So for me to be that involved and it held my attention the entire time, I can give it. I'll rank it high. It's a 4.5 Ulus for me.
I've been waiting to bring this back. And I was like, so when I said ooh, I was like, yo, it's that first one though, because it's like half cut off. So it's like, and then it's like, ooh. So I'm gonna have to recut that a little bit. That's the first one sounds like a moan.
Well, I mean,
Yeah, but like the little kid voice, like I don't want no problems. I don't need no issues. I know that one of my favorite characters is Hisoka, but y'all don't give me too much. Okay, I'm not going that far down the rabbit hole.
I'd give this. I'd give it a 4.8.
A 4.8.
okay.
Okay. That basically was 5 because I can't cut it in half, but y'all get it. They gave a 4.8. You said 4.5 ish.
I said 4.5.
4.5. Well, I am going to give it a 4 points. I'm trying to think. I know I can't give it a 5, just because I want darkness.
Wait.
Are
you jumping on the point train?
First off, this is not the first time I've ever done a point. Y'all just do it more frequently than me.
Because I really was about to give a 4.872.
Right, 4.872, like just crazy numbers. But I think that I like it. I'm deciding if I like it more than a 4. Like how much of it needed to, like how much darkness do I need? So I think I'm gonna give it somewhere between. I think I'll give it a. I'm gonna go with a 4.72.
Of course.
Just because of the ending, that like everything that they gave us in that last like 5 minutes of the final episode was enough for me to be like, I know what's coming, and as long as y'all do it right, we're gonna be good. So let me just go on and get my oohs out the way. Okay, girl, don't get crazy now. She was about to do a little too much there. Okay. So basically, guys, that is what we have to say about Ron Kamonohashi's The Deranged Detective. Like I said before, it came out some fall 2020, fall 2023 and ended winter 2023. It is on Crunchyroll. It has 13 episodes. It's an easy watch. You can binge it like it's nothing, I assure you. And we all liked it. We all gave it over a 4. And so we will definitely be watching season 2. You will probably get a review of season 2 once that comes out. And yeah, be sure to check that out, because we are trying to put more people on detective anime with this series. And as we're in the detective anime, well, detective realm in general, we are about to do something fun. So I'm going to move us over again. And we are going to do this bad boy. Shout out to the Blurred Cartel. We do have a little beef with the Blurred Cartel currently because they're going live on TikTok right now during our show, which is rude, but we still love you. No, I'm just kidding. We don't have beef. I'll be over there later. But what we are going to do, this is their post where we are going to, which by the way, this is not gambling, guys. This is just for fun. Gotta let people know, because sometimes anything that involves quote unquote money, whether it's real or fake, can get misconstrued. We're not gambling. This is not us against each other. We are just going to, with a budget of $15, we're going to build the best detective team. Now, there are characters from all different forms of media, movies, TV shows, the works. I want to go through all of these characters, but I don't remember the name of all these characters. So if you recognize someone that I miss, let me know. At the top left, with at the $5 row, we have Sherlock Holmes. Next is Conan from Detective Conan, Case Closed. Third, we have Dazai from Bungo Stray Dogs. And lastly, we have L from Death Note. On the second row, also, I'm going to let everyone know rows are across, columns are down, so we're going across. Next row is Batman. The next one is Nier from season 2 of Death Note. Third is Ron Kamonohashi from The Deranged Detective, the anime we just reviewed. And 4 is Who is the Monkey Man? Do y'all remember the Monkey Man?
What? No.
I don't remember his name. Whatever it was, I wasn't a huge fan. But if y'all in the comments and y'all recognize it, y'all can clearly tell that we're not going to pick him because we don't remember who he is. Third row is the Mystery Gang. So, you know, gang. Next is Monk from Monk. Next up is Luther from Luther. And the fourth one is, what is this man's name?
Columbo?
I know his name
Yes.
too. Columbo. Exactly, there we go. I was like, I know it. Next row we have I can't remember his name, but he's from Sight. Spence. I knew it was an S. I was going to say Sam, but I was like, this is not Supernatural. From Sight. Next we have Scully and Mulder from the X-Files. Next up we have Baby Daddy from Millionaire Detective. What is his name again? Do we remember?
No.
Just know he's from the anime The Millionaire Detective, which we briefly talked about last episode as well. And then we have Veronica Mars, which is from Veronica Mars. Lastly, on this row, that is the Mouse Man. Just because I know his name too. Shaw, who is that?
The Mouse Detective?
There we go. Is that his name? He got a name.
I don't remember his name.
I don't remember either, but he's from the Mouse Detective. I don't know who the next guy is.
Million Man.
That's him? Yeah. Basil of Baker Street. There we go.
It is Basil.
I knew he had a name. And then third we have Akuma. Akuma from Akuma-kun, and which we did a review on. If you guys want to check that out, about 2 or 3 weeks ago. And then last but not least is Inspector Gadget. So we have the whole list right there. And so Sunkissed Waifu has stepped away quickly. So Shar, do you want to go in and build your team?
All right, so I'm going to go with, usually I go with Dazai, but I'm going to go with Conan because his track record is pretty much, 100%. Besides, his mystery.
His own mystery.
Right. 4, I'm going to go with my man Ron. 3, track record. Usually I'd pick Monk, but I'm going to go with Columbo.
Okay.
2, Scully and Mulder. And 1, I'm going to do the, what's his name? Millionaire Man, or whatever he is.
Okay. Well, that's a solid list. Did you get 15 out of that?
Yeah, each thing would be 15. Someone from each row would be 15.
Okay. Well, I think I'm gonna switch it up. I think I'm gonna do something a little different. I may pick more than one person out of a row. Let's see. 10. No, maybe I'm not going to do that. Typically, I would go with L from Death Note, aside from the fact that, spoiler alert, he dies. So, I can't go with that. I love Dazai. I prefer Rambo as a detective, but I am going to go with him. So I'm going to go with Rambo from Bungo. Next row,
He ain't in there.
Oh, did I? No, I said Dazai. I said I
You
would
said
typically go
Rampo.
with Rampo. Oh, I said I would typically go with Rampo. I said I prefer Rampo over Dazai as a detective. But since he's not there, I'm going to go with Dazai.
Okay.
Next up, I am going to go with Ron from the anime that we just reviewed. How badly do I want someone on third? I think, in honor of our cosplay, I'm going to go with the Mystery Gang on 3. The next one, I'm definitely going Scully and Mulder, like X-Files till I die. You feel me? And on row 1, I am going to go with Akuma-kun because I really liked how he deduced things in his anime. And though I wasn't crazy about the anime when I first watched it, I have recently rewatched it and I appreciate it a bit more. So I'm going to go with him. If I didn't choose him, it probably would have been Inspector Gadget just based off of nostalgia alone, to be honest. So that's what I would have did. And I don't know if Miss Waifu's back yet. So, because I was interested to see who she would choose since she hasn't watched as much detective anime as us. I was interested to see who she would pick because really she's only seen that I know of Ron on here. I know she's seen Death Note, so she knows who L and Nier are.
And she's seen Akuma.
Yeah. Is his name Akuma-kun?
Something like that.
Oh no, that was a couple of weeks ago.
Yeah.
Well,
I just went for track record.
You said you went based off a track record?
Yeah, because Akuma-kun, even though he had like connection to the spirit world, it still seemed like he got some stuff wrong. So I was like, who solved their cases the most? Because I'd go with Spence or Veronica Mars, but I feel like Scully and Mulder make a better team, especially if you got 2 for 1.
I loved the team, and I felt like things were stacked against them because they were dealing with the supernatural.
Yeah.
So I felt like they showed a bit more. I went with Akuma-kun. Like I said, I could have went with Inspector Gadget. I think they both had hits and misses. I don't fully remember enough about Basil to say what his track record is. I'm sure because it was a cartoon and a kid's cartoon at that, I'm sure he probably got all of them. He probably solved all of them just based off a plot, but in writing. But yeah, I just didn't want to go based off him. And Million Man or whatever his name is, I haven't read enough of him to really make a like a good informed decision. Hey.
Hold up. I love Monk though. I love Monk. I think I've watched every single episode. My grandma loved him.
Person. I was not
My
a Monk
grandma
person.
loved that man. And my sister watched a lot of Columbo. And I love Luther, but
See, Luther was a show that the minute they showed it, because I want to say it came on Stars. The minute that I saw the trailer for it, I was like, yeah, I'm totally gonna watch this. And I just never did. I want to say I saw like one episode. And that's one thing that I regret because I know that he's a good character. I just personally haven't watched it. Columbo, I have seen outside of the Scooby Doo, I've seen the most of Columbo on here. And I know he's great, but I just can't turn on the Mystery Gang. I just love them too much to choose anybody else, to be honest. I could have chose Idris because, fine ass black man. Let's just say that. But I didn't know enough to just go based off of the biasness. And on the row above, Near was just a half baked version of L for me. So he couldn't get picked. And is Batman really a detective? Like,
Listen.
it's Batman. Like, is he really a detective? I don't know. So I couldn't give it to
That's
him.
cool. But Ron is like, Ron
Everything.
just knows, so. And his name is either Bobo or Bozo, the chimpanzee. But he's Detective Chimp. But I just can't remember if it's Bobo or Bozo. I don't remember,
Yes, Batman is a detective. Where's his detective license? Batman is a vigilante that happens to do a little bit of detective work while being a vigilante. I
I'll be
could be a
quiet on that
detective.
one.
I could be a detective. Have you seen me when my friends? Well, you haven't seen me, but let me tell you, when my
I'm
friends
the
tell me their man doing
FBI.
something dirty, I'm the FBI. But I ain't out here walking around talking about I'm a detective. And we already know, based off of the last episode, that I unfortunately have not watched Detective Conan yet. I love Sherlock Holmes in every form of media, but when you, like I said, I can't go with L. L's probably my favorite on here. But he dies. So, like, you can't be that great of a detective if you lose your main case by dying. And Dazai is just Bay. He's manipulative and sneaky, but he's good at
That's
what
why
he does.
I wouldn't pick him necessarily, because when he'd know who did it, but he'd want someone else to find out before he was like, I knew it. So I'd pick Conan for sure, because he'll any means necessary. He's gonna knock somebody out to reveal who was in trouble or who did it.
Right, he's so petty. I love it for the show. Since my team would be Batman, the Mystery Gang, Inspector Gadget, and
Arizona.
Conan. And for $2 from Arizona. Dang, y'all, Arizona's $2? That's crazy.
Yeah, they raised the prices.
Depends on where you get it from. Some places still say
Yeah.
99 cents. Some places say
Yeah.
$1.09.
I
Some
just
say
went and grabbed one the
49.
other day,
That's a
and mine
no.
was 99 cents. I ain't paying. The only way I'm paying that much is if it's a bottle. Dazai is just bad. He is.
He is.
If you haven't watched Bungo Stray Dogs,
You need to.
you're doing yourself a disservice. You just are. Yes, we're talking to you, Sunkiss Waifu. You lucky there's so many seasons, or I would legit somehow force you to watch all of them. But before this series is over, if you think you're not watching season 1, you're crazy. So just
So
going
he
in to
just
get
gonna
to
put me
that.
out there like that. Okay. And I thought you
Well,
loved me.
anybody that watched the episode last week knows that you ain't seen it. We talked about
It's
that.
one thing to not see it. It's another thing to be like, yeah, Sunkissed hasn't seen it. Like, ma'am.
I'm just trying to open your world to greatness. Like that's like me telling you about like me showing you a bomb ass wig and not telling you where to get it from. That's just rude.
Okay.
Especially when we're friends. Okay, your team would be L, Batman, Mystery Inc., Veronica Mars, Inspector Gadget. I like that team. I ain't mad at it. Let us know your team. Build your team.
Ooh.
Because we built ours.
Okay, give me Sherlock.
I knew you were going to say Sherlock.
You know who's coming up next? Give me Ron. That's
Ron,
mine.
my man, my man, my man.
My man. Yes. Okay, so I'm at 9 with those two. I got $6 to spend. So give me Mystery Gang. Scully and Mulder and Akamakun.
We basically had the same list minus the first row.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay. That works for me.
But it was a big consensus that Scully and Mulder are easily like goated for no reason, but they have all the reason. Do y'all remember when X-Files came back like a couple years back?
Yeah.
Well, not a couple. It was more like 10 because it's been a minute.
like
but
10.
They tried to make I'm like, it's not the same. You didn't took them off the air for God knows how long.
I was glad that it came back. I watched a couple of episodes and then I don't know. I think I was watching something anime wise and I forgot about it. But that's something that I want to go back to because I know that they went back and like closed a big case that like they hadn't finished in the first one, in like the first series. Yeah. So I wanted to see that.
Okay.
But that was my jam back then. Shout out to my dad for putting me on X-Files as a kid. Yeah, and the intro was easily the creepiest thing to ever.
That's the only detective show that gave me a little bit of nightmares, and I still watch it. I will never forget like the top. Like everyone has their X-Files episode that like got them, like everybody.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Actually, they came out with a movie too.
Yeah.
Yeah. The movie was could have been better, but it could have been worse. I was just glad to see them back again. Those two characters are like Benson and Stabler for me. I'm like, can y'all just get together? Can we stop doing this little tap dancing mess and can y'all just fall in love already?
Please don't get me started on SVU because man.
Yeah. It was playing with me with Carisi and Rollins. I was like, how long are we going to play this tap dance? If you don't marry this woman, I know something. But I digress. I don't know why I put that in my mouth. Hold on one second.
No, keep it in there. Quitters or quitters.
Let me tell you something. You're going to get your head out of the gutter. It is a Monday night. You're doing too much. It's not Friday. We're not ladies of the night. Calm it down.
Oh, I mean, never mind. So,
whoa! I see in that villain. Don't laugh at that, Jaquan. Don't do that. You're just adding fuel to the fire. Oh, so no demon time? No, we are not. Look at Shar's face. Oh, sir.
Huh?
Don't tell me not to snap on people.
Don't tell me what to do.
Don't tell me what to do. You can tell me what to do, but not right now. This is our show. Thanks, sir.
Oh, wait.
Thanks, sir. She's like, let me look at this man.
Oh, wait a minute. Okay.
What y'all looking at? I don't know what y'all looking at. Anywho,
playing detective over here.
Play detective all you want to. My lips are sealed.
Not for long.
Ah, gosh. Okay. Okay, everybody. So, for the most part, that is our show. Be sure to follow us at Waifu Views on Facebook, YouTube, TikTok, and be sure to join our Discord. We're going to do more stuff in there. We say that every week, but life be life. But we are going to be doing more stuff in there, I promise. And if you want access to the Discord for where we're going to do watch parties and some game streams and all of that fun stuff, all you have to do is like the Waifu Facebook page. And within 24 hours, if you want the Discord, all you got to do is let us know and we will send you the link. Okay? Also, please check out, we have a link tree if you're interested. That is now in the comments. That is where you can find all our personal social media pages, as well as everything under Waifu. And everybody, please let them know who you are, what you got going on, and where they can find you.
All right, since we are wrapping this up, on Facebook, you can find me at Aisha Morgan. Everywhere else, TikTok, Twitch, Instagram, that thing formerly known as Twitter, it will be sunkissed_waifu. And you can catch me every Sunday with these lovely women here, my booze, my Sunday booze, for a great show every Sunday. 5 p.m. Pacific, 8 p.m. on the East Coast. And other than that, that's it.
I like that giggle at the end. like she's all sweet and shit. We know better.
Man.
Dang. I am Honey Shar. I go by HR of Honey. You can find me at HR of Honey on all platforms. That's Instagram, Twitter, Twitch, TikTok, Facebook, and the like. You can find me here on Sundays, and you can find me on Honey and Cocoa on Fridays at whatever time we go on. But but yeah, you can find me at A Shar of Honey. That's A Shar of Honey, like a jar of honey, only sweeter.
Yes.
One day people are going to watch this show after hearing you do that intro in the beginning and be like, she's not sweet.
Me?
Yeah, you.
And don't do that.
If they were to watch the episode where we were having to check Geekster about your Detective Conan knowledge, they would have been
oh, he tried.
I still delivered that very sweetly.
Very sweet.
It could have been a lot more spicy.
No, it could have been spicier.
Yeah.
It definitely could have been spicy. I think all of us are sweet. I think we're sweet as pie. Or as Shar says, a jar of honey. No, you may be sweet like a jar of honey. I think I'm closer to like a cool lollipop that loses its flavor after a while. That's what I am. Hey, we see you too. We see you too.
That's cute.
And I'm your girl, Ebony Moonbeam. You can find me at Ebony_Moonbeam on all social media platforms. That's Facebook, Instagram, TikTok. I think that's everything. Twitch. And at some point, I will be streaming my games on Twitch because I'm going to try and be a real gamer like these two ladies up here. I'm not there yet, so don't get your hopes up. Also, be sure to check out all of our TikTok pages, especially the Waifu Views TikTok page, because sometime this week or next week, we will give you some TikTok videos in our cosplay. So you can get a little bit more of Velma. And I said that on air, so I can make sure that Shar does it.
Half my videos on Instagram are Velma.
Well, we're gonna do it again. But yes, we have a lot more cosplays for you. We have one more week of the detective series. I think it's one more week. What is today? The 15th. We had maybe one more week, at most two, of the detective series, and we hope that you enjoyed it. We hope that we introduced you so far to at least two really good detective shows. And thank you for joining us on a Monday night. Just a reminder, we are typically on Sundays at 8 p.m. Eastern Time, 5 p.m. Pacific Time. And we'll see you guys next week.